God was aware of the challenge of leadership when he began seeking to control the narrative and to position his image as merciful in revealing his identity, personality, nature, and characteristic attributes, rather than specifically choosing a name associated with leadership excellence, success, victory, power, and might. He carefully crafted the image in which he will be perceived throughout history by referring to himself as merciful, compassionate, slow to anger, and forgiving. Because he wanted his good attributes to deliberately mask the reality of his leadership failures. Since people will think of him in this way, as he presented himself, they won't attempt to judge or rate his performance in leadership. Instead, they will look inwards to themselves and think of themselves as the ones who have failed and who deserve this blame. This tactically controlled public image of God is what leaders learn to do when they know they are already failures. They focus on their good reasons for allowing things go wrong. And so they keep the trust and loyalty of their subjects, who see them as good as they present themselves. But deep down, they know they are failed leaders. They know they have failed to deliver their projects up to expectation. They know they deserve to be criticized for not fulfilling their promises as they raise the hopes and expectations of their subjects and subordinates. But they don't want to be called failures. They don't want to lose the vote of their people. They don't want to lose the trust of their loyalists. So, they devise means of covering up the part of the story that exposes them as failed leaders. In its place, they look for good reasons that explain away the truth of the story, that their leadership was a failure. Leaders struggle to stay loved at the top. They try to shut the mouth of their critics, and they use different means. But from the example of God, the best means to use to shut the mouth of critics is to show yourself more of a merciful leader. Use the good attribute to make the people take the blame, and they will assess themselves rather than assess you. That way, they may become more willing to cooperate with you and help you achieve the vision of your project, rather than protest your leadership. Why? You still make yourself loved as a leader, as God even called himself love.